guys, Happy New Year. I hope you're having a good time. And today we are going to be learning about the Kings of Queens of Britain. Okay, so first we are going to be looking at a list of all the human periods that happened in the past. Let's start with Saxons and Danes. It started in the 800s and ended in 1066 when William the Conqueror took over. Then second is the Normans, 1066 till 1154. And then third is the struggle for power in Wales, till 800 till 1536. So 1536 is in the Tudor era. Fourth, the House of Anjou, 1154 till 1272. Fifth, Scotland, from the Viking invasions to independence, 800 till 1424. Number 6, the Planiguts, 1272 till 1399. 7th, the Houses of Lancaster and York, 1399 till 1485. So 1485 is when the Tudor era started. Okay, now we have the Tudors. 8th, the Tudors, 1485, like we explained by here. It ended in 1603 in the Stuart period. 9th, Resistance Scotland, 1424 till 1625. That was in the Stuart period as well. Number 10, the Stuarts, 1603 till 1714. So the Tudors ended in 1603 when the Stuarts started. 11, the House of Hanover, 1714 till 1901. So 1714 is in the Georgian period, and 1901 is when the Edwardian period started, when King Edward was king. Number 12, the Houses of Saxe-Camberg, Gotha and Windsor, 1901 till present day. So present day is nowadays when Queen Elizabeth is ruling now. She's our queen. She isn't our first queen. She's our second queen, because in the Tudor period, there was Queen Elizabeth I. Okay, now that was all the history human periods. Saxons to the present day. Okay, so now I've brought this book from the library, Kings of Queens of Britain, and at the end of the video, I think you should be able to tell who all of these kings and queens are. Okay, so now I don't know who all of these kings and queens are. I only know some of them. Okay, so let's start with Bloody Mary, Mary I. So whenever she saw someone ugly, she used to say off with their heads, because Shakespeare invented that phrase. And that's why she is mean. So Bloody Mary is Queen Elizabeth's sister. So she is the sister of Queen Elizabeth. So that's Queen Elizabeth I right there. And that is Henry VIII. Elizabeth I and Mary are the daughters of Henry VIII, because Henry VIII had 6 wives, and I'll tell you that in a minute. And Henry VII, so Henry VIII was the son of Henry VII, and that's Queen Elizabeth II, as you can see. And that is King Edward, as we talked about in 1901 in the Edwardian era. And that is Charles II. I know he's looking a little bit ugly. He was in the Stuart period. He was ruling until he died in the Georgian era or something, or still in the Stuart period. Okay, so let's have a look at the kings and queens. Kings and queens of Britain. Okay. So I want to show you a picture of William the Conqueror, okay? So let's look on the Norman page. Okay. Edward the Confessor. So old picture. Really, really old picture. Yeah. And there's William the Conqueror, as you can see. He was a really, really harsh ruler, and he was a man you would not want to cross. Okay, so let's go forward. Let's time travel to the Tudor period. So, the House of Anjou, like we talked about, that is the ancient English writing, as you can see. And these are really, really old pictures. Like this is an old piece of. This is a House of Anjou chronicle right here. And let's go. Ooh, we've got the Tudors. That is Queen Elizabeth's picture. At the bottom, I don't know if you can see it, but it's the 19th century picture read by Shakespeare. Okay. So the Planagets. So this guy is killing this guy, is divorcing him. So if they chop their heads off, that's called divorcing. And in Tudor times, they used to call divorce beheaded and died, divorce beheaded survived. So you have to remember that phrase if you were in Tudor times. That's what Bloody Mary and Henry VIII always said. That's Henry V, House of Lancaster. Okay. And Edward V, House of York, 1483. Richard III, House of York. And this is Henry VII, the Tudors, 1485 till ended in 1603. Okay. This is a young man here. You know who he is, you might not. He is Henry VIII, remember? Like I told you on the front cover. He had 6 wives too. And I'll tell you that now, after. Okay. This is Anne Boleyn. She was Henry VIII's second wife. Okay. There. This is Queen Elizabeth I. She had orange hair, and this is another picture of her. Yeah. It's another picture, and this is Bloody Mary. This is Bloody Mary. Yeah. Okay, and this is Queen Victoria. I drew Queen Victoria till the present day. That is Queen Elizabeth I. Now she's old now, but she's still alive. How surprising. Okay, now as I promised, we are going to be looking at Henry VIII's 6 wives. Let's start with number 1. So Henry VIII married Arthur's widow. So Henry VIII married Arthur's widow, Spanish princess Catherine of Aragon. So Henry VIII divorced her because Catherine of Aragon failed to give him a son. So Catherine of Aragon's daughter was Mary I. Okay, so let's move on to Henry VIII's second wife. So Henry VIII's second wife was Anne Boleyn. And Anne Boleyn, so Henry VIII said that Anne Boleyn flirted with some other man. Yeah, so Henry VIII said, but I don't know if it actually happened or not. Okay, so number 3. So the third wife was Jane Seymour, which finally gave Henry VIII a son called Edward VI. So then Edward VI came king. Then at the age of 16, at a young age, he died of an illness. Okay, so Henry VIII's fourth wife was Anne of Cleves. Yeah, was Anne of Cleves, which was a German princess. She was German, from the German Resistance, and she travelled from a boat to Henry VIII. And then Henry VIII was waiting like a peasant. Then Henry VIII got humiliated that Anne of Cleves looked like a horse, and he cancelled the marriage. Okay, so number Catherine was Catherine, what do you call it? Catherine Howard, and Catherine Howard was Henry VIII's fifth wife, but she didn't have any children. And last of all was Catherine of Parr, because Catherine of Parr was a nurse. And Henry VIII thought that Catherine Parr could help him like a nurse. And then, so when he married Catherine Parr, he was age of 55. He was really, really old. Okay, so that's end of Henry VIII's picture. And this is William the Conqueror, as you can see. William the Conqueror. Comment down below if it looks good or not. And this is Bloody Mary, which I drew. Yeah, Bloody Mary, William the Conqueror. I drew loads of details on this one. Okay, so this I drew is Elizabeth I. Yeah, Elizabeth I. Yeah. And I didn't colour it in because I wanted to make it look a little bit old and stuff. And this is Queen Victoria, like in the book. If you haven't already seen, I'll show you again if that's okay. Okay, we have to go long, long way back. Yeah, this is Mary, Queen of Scots. Mary, Queen of Scots. Yeah, this is a different Mary. I think this is the same Mary. Yeah, this is the same Mary. And Elizabeth I. So Mary, Queen of Scots, was really jealous that Mary wasn't a queen like Elizabeth, because Elizabeth was really beautiful, but she was actually ugly, Elizabeth was, because she had a big nose and she had spots all over her face. Okay? And let's go on Queen Elizabeth's page. This is Resident Scotland. Yeah. And I want to show you a picture of Charles II first. Okay. This is Charles II. And you can check link in description below. If you can comment down below if you want to see me sing my Mary and Elizabeth song, Queen Elizabeth song. And as I promised, let's look at Queen Elizabeth, Queen Victoria. Okay, yeah, this is Queen Elizabeth. Queen Victoria. Okay guys, and that's the end of the video. Bye, and don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Bye, and comment down below what you think about this video.